Hi everyone. I hope you had a great day and I hope it is still amazing. I wanted to make another video to kind of plant some seeds of knowledge and positivity because that's what I do. Um, I wanted to talk about having boundaries for yourself with people, situations. Um, I think it's really important that we have boundaries with people and situations because oftentimes we can get caught up in, wanting to help other people, please other people, be there for other people. And a lot of the times we neglect ourselves by doing that. And even though, you want to be helpful, you want to be a good person, taking your feelings into consideration before doing that is okay. If someone isn't vibing right with you, or you just don't like their energy that they give off, but you feel obligated or you feel guilty for not helping or, doing whatever, you have to set a boundary. That is the only way that you are going to form healthy relationships, maintain healthy relationships, and further yourself into a healthier place within yourself and within other people. Situations too, if you are in a situation that doesn't feel comfortable to you, you have to set a boundary for yourself. You have to protect yourself and you have to do what's best for you. I know that sounds selfish. Sometimes you have to be and be unapologetic for it, because if you always do what other people want you to do, regardless of your own feelings, you're not being true to yourself. And it doesn't feel good. I've been there. That feeling of like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it. Or okay, like, Amanda, that's the right thing to do. Yes, sometimes it is the right thing to do, but the right thing to do before the right thing to do is be true to yourself and be true to how you feel and nurture those feelings. If somebody doesn't feel right, then don't do it. If someone doesn't feel right, don't do them. I'm just kidding. Not. But I feel like people don't set enough boundaries for themselves. They don't listen to themselves. You know that head, the voice inside of it, the you talking to you. Listen to that. That is real. That is real, and those feelings are intuitive feelings that people don't take into consideration because it's not the right thing to do. But initially, the right thing to do is always put yourself first, and I know that sounds selfish, but sometimes you have to even with your kids. Like, how many parents are like, oh, I have to do this for my kid? And it's like, you know what, if it doesn't get done today or whatever, take your feelings first. It's not the end of the world still turns. um I feel oftentimes we backburner ourselves, and that sucks so bad. It does not a good feeling. When we backburner ourselves, we are doing ourselves a disservice. And then, do you ever notice that when you backburner yourself, you get burned out? Because those backburners are hot, hot flames. And when you put other things in your focus before you, it's not, you don't get good outcomes like that. I always say you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your cup before you can help or be there or, you know, uh, fix anyone or anything, person or situation. And I feel like more people need to hear that, because how many times do you find yourself, always doing for everyone, and your cup is not full when you do it, and you burn yourself out, and then you go to bed stressed, or, you're ripping and running through the day, and it catches up with you. It's not a good feeling, and I just want everyone to kind of take time and acknowledge your feelings that you feel about situations or people, especially with the holidays coming up. Everyone has, the people in their family or the people in their group of friends that you're just like, but I have to because it's the holidays. Well, listen to your feelings and acknowledge them. Um, it's okay to be tolerant and patient of people and situations, but I feel like people still have to validate their feelings, because when you bury your feelings, what happens? They pile and pile and pile up on top of each other until they explode. Or you get so stressed out about it that it just stays in your mind. It just is on a repeat record and you never get rid of your box. I also use a metaphor of a dump truck. People, situations, right? Feelings, thoughts too in that category. You're a dump truck and you fill your dump truck up with a whole bunch of feelings, and I'll go with negative ones for now because I feel like that weighs the heaviest on people. You fill your dump truck up with people, situations, feelings, thoughts, and before you know it, if you don't dump your truck and start sorting those things out, your dump truck overflows and then it's useless. It's useless to you. So I know I can ramble on about this all day, but I think it's a message that people need to hear because I've I've been there. I've done it. Always, oh, Amanda is so reliable. Well, guess why Amanda's reliable? Because she gets things done. Then it catches up and Amanda is no longer Amanda. Amanda is stressed out and she's overwhelmed and she, can't sort her own things out. So I feel like, and especially with holidays coming up, how many parents, how many, I don't want to use just parents, how many people um get overwhelmed because they feel like they have to do for everyone and not themselves. I'm not saying you have to be totally selfish and just all about me, because there are those people too. But what I'm saying is, take time for yourself and acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge your thoughts, let them pass, especially the negative ones. And when you let those negative feelings and thoughts, situations, and people pass, you start to kind of put yourself first, your feelings first, because you become more aware of them. Half the time, we aren't even aware of how we're feeling or, what we're doing. So I feel like it would be beneficial for everyone to start giving yourself, number one, self love and some time for yourself, and acknowledging your feelings, and setting boundaries with people and situations. You have to. When you can maintain your contentment of like, okay, I'm in a good place, I'm content. Um, when you can maintain that with negative things happening around you, let me tell you, it's a game changer, because you can sort out through that negative. You can sort out through those people because you can maintain your own level of contentment. And I think that is very important. I think that the more you become aware of yourself, thoughts, and feelings, the easier it is to set those boundaries. The easier it is to maintain your natural state of being. And that's what I've had to learn too. I've had to learn, well, what is my natural state of being? Because I didn't even know. We get caught up in our lives, we get caught up in work, school, home, whatever the case is, and we ride on so many different waves that we don't know our natural state of being. Find that out first, maintain it, and then don't let anyone change that. Everyone says no one can make you feel anything unless you allow it. If you allow people to make you feel angry, upset, negative or positive, emotions go both ways, thoughts go both ways, it's because you're allowing it. So when you stop allowing people to make you feel certain ways, it's easier to set those boundaries and maintain your natural state of being. So I hope that anything I just said is helpful, um, because I feel like we don't speak enough on these issues. And I feel like we aren't even aware. We get caught up in our, in our day to day. So I hope that anything I said is helpful and beneficial, because I know that I've had to do a lot of self realization to come to these conclusions. So I hope that everyone has a good night. And I hope I've given you something to think about, because going through my journey, everyone has their journey. Um, I feel like it's been so beneficial to me. I love my life right now. I'm not, trying to brag, but I'm in a happy place in my life right now. And I feel like I'm in that place because of the work I've done. It's not easy. It's always going to be work. It's always going to be growth. It's always going to be progress. But when you start it, you start realizing things. And all I want to do is help people realize things about themselves, realize things, things about life in general, and to help shed a more positive vision on it. We, as people, everything is so negative all the time. Shift your perspective. That's all you have to do, is shift it towards more positive things. Easier said than done, but it can be done.